Hello, my name is Antonia Hugo, and today I will be discussing with you a brief history lesson on special education and some recommended websites for you to use. During the 19th century, the schools that existed mainly focused teaching children common values like self-discipline, tolerance, and building social skills. Before there were court cases and laws, special education had little to no rights. Although there were some programs available in the 19th century, children with disability had to be educated by their parents or received a private education. This was the case until parents decided to take a stand for their children's right to receive an education by creating advocacy groups to fight for their children's right. In 1954, the Brown versus Board of Education case changed the course of special education for the better. The case ended racial segregation in public school because it was unconstitutional and unequal. The ruling opened the door and pushed parents to fight more for their children's rights. Soon after, other court cases began to get processed, which led to laws getting implemented to protect the rights of students with disabilities. Some additional court cases that impacted special education was the Park versus Pennsylvania case, which declared that states cannot deny mentally retarded students access to free public education. The Mills versus Board of Education of District of Columbia case declared that schools must provide services that children need to attend school at no cost to the parents. Some more laws that got implemented were the Elementary and Secondary Act of 1965, which provided grant programs to further assist disadvantaged students with disability by giving them access to quality education, which later got referred to as the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001, and then later President Obama signed Every Student Succeeds Act of 2015, which is part of the ESEA as well. Then the Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, which is a civil rights law which prohibits discrimination against children with disabilities in public or private programs that receive federal funding. The Education of All Handicapped Children Act of 1975 provided children with disability a free adequate public education in every state. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, of 1990 is another civil rights law that prohibits discrimination in employment, public services, and provides suitable accommodations. Individuals with Disability Education Act, or IDEA, of 1990 provides students with transition programs, bilingual education programs, due process, confidentiality with information, and extended special education services. In 1997, IDEA included mediation to resolve differences, IEP teams, state tests, behavior management plans, and continued service after getting expelled. In 2004, the IDEA Improvement Act, IDEIA, called for high standards for education, increased funding for early intervention service, and use of response to intervention. Lastly, some recommended websites for parents with children in special education are the Arizona State Department of Education website, which provides information and resources for families, teachers, and schools to use to benefit students with disabilities. Next is the Federation for Children with Special Needs website provides parents with supports they need to gain information when raising a child with special needs. The National Association of Parents with Children in Special Education, or NAPS, website teaches parents how to be their child's best advocate. Lastly, the Autism Society website provides information about the autism spectrum to parents and professionals. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this brief history lesson on special education.